It is Monday, May 27th in the MLB, and my three favorite picks are on the way. What's going on, everyone? It's Logan from Calling Our Shot. First things first, here in the United States, it is Memorial Day, so I want to say thank you to all the servicemen and women who have served the United States and made the ultimate sacrifice for this great country. So I want to say that. And first things first, I also want to say happy birthday to my little brother Grant. He's turning 24 today. So if you are in the comments, you could go wish him a happy birthday. I know he'll watch this video later. But also, the vibes are high on this Memorial Day. Why? Because we swept yesterday. 4-0. Perfect sweep on a Sunday. Let's get the brooms out. Everyone's favorite special guest. Let's do a quick recap of the picks yesterday. Do a small little victory lap and stay hot today. We had the Reds money line. Cash that one. A crazy cash there, plus 180, I think, on the money line. We had the Reds on the run line, plus 1.5. We also got plus money on that one. That's why we stacked those two bets. I felt great about that one. They brought out the brooms on the Dodgers themselves. We had the Rays team total over. Whew, that one was a sweat. I'm so glad they cashed their team total because I almost went with their money line, which cashed pretty easily. Luckily, they ended right on 4 runs. And then late night, we had to wait forever for that Cardinals nerfy, the Cardinals and Cubs no-run first inning. We had that one. That one completed the sweep. What a Sunday. What a weekend, right? We are officially on an 8-1 run. We are turning this ship around. I told you guys once I started taking over these videos that we're going to get back into the plus units. We're barely down. We're down like a half a unit. So definitely we want to stay hot today, and we want to start the week off right. And then I also want to say, if you are enjoying these videos and you're enjoying the time I put in, because they take a lot of work in the morning to wake up and research, consider joining the DubClub. Someone asked in the comments a couple days ago, do you guys accept tips? I don't really want tips. I'd rather you join the DubClub. Just $5.99 a month. You get something out of it. You get all the plays early before the videos drop. That saves yourself time. That saves yourself units on juice alone. So definitely consider doing that. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in joining the DubClub, because that's really the way to support what Austin and I do, because, a lot of work does go into these videos. But enough with the yapping. Let's talk about the picks for today. And the first pick of the day isn't exactly a pick. It is our hit parlay, but we're tracking it for a unit as always. So if you guys are new, we post the hit parlay Monday through Friday on Odds Checker. I haven't cooked it up yet. I haven't looked at the hitters I like today, but it will be a hit parlay. And we've been really, really hot on these Odds Checker hit parlays. I got to go research, got to find 2 hitters I like. But when that is posted, come back, check the pinned comment for that. We're also tweeted out. So if you're following us on Calling Our Shot Twitter or my Twitter, Logan from COS, you can definitely find it there. But in addition to the parlay of the day, let's dive right into the other picks. We're starting out with a money line. Let's go back to Cincinnati, where we had so much success. I'm taking the Reds on the money line. Minus 130 odds on FanDuel is your best value here. No surprise, right? The Reds treated us so nice on Sunday. I got to back them again. This is the battle of 2 hot teams, actually. The Cardinals are on a 5-game win streak. The Reds are on a 3-game win streak themselves. They brought out the brooms on the Dodgers. So you got 2 hot teams coming into this one. But why do I not like the spot for St. Louis? I mean, you're going to hear this several times today. The Reds will be pretty public, unfortunately, but the Cardinals are traveling on very little rest on Sunday Night Baseball with a delay yesterday. That weather delay definitely did not do them any favors as far as their travel situation. They're human. We have to cap the human element in this. They're going to be a little bit tired coming into this game in Cincinnati. Cincinnati obviously gets to stay home on their homestand. Let's talk about who's starting for the Reds today. It's Nick Lodolo, 3.34 ERA and a .94 whip. For Lodolo. It's his first start since May 11th. So it's been a minute. Let's hope he doesn't have any rust today, but that's kind of okay because the matchup is beneficial for Lodolo coming back. Cardinals, 30th in batting average, 29th in OPS versus lefties. Those numbers are terrible. St. Louis is only hitting 197 versus lefties in their last 5 games. They haven't had a whole lot of familiarity either with Lodolo in this Cardinals lineup. Lodolo is a tough pitcher to face. When he's actually healthy, because that's a big if with Lodolo. He's pretty surgical. Cardinals haven't seen a lot of lefty starters in their last 10 games either. Their familiarity, this lineup is more built towards hitting left or right-handed pitching. That's what they've been seeing recently. I think Lodolo has a good start today. And even if he does get into a little bit of trouble, Cardinals still 27th in batting average with runners in scoring position. Now, during their win streak, have they been getting better at that? Yes, they have been getting better. I still have to look at their season average, and I still have to say, can Lodolo go out there and strand a few base runners, even if St. Louis does get them into scoring position? I say yes. And then on the other side, who's starting for the Cardinals? It's Lance Lynn, 3.68 ERA, 3.68 ERA and a 1.34 WHIP for Lance Lynn. He had a great start in his last game against Baltimore. Shout out Lance Lynn. Great outing there. But you can't just look at that one in a vacuum. Look at what he did before that. He had 4 earned runs in 3 straight games prior. So could that one be a slight anomaly? Yeah, I could see it that way. And this Reds offense is not a matchup if I was Lance Lynn, I would want to see. They have the timely hits working for them right now. This is the Reds magic from last year, the 2023 Reds, when they were the Rally Reds, the you don't fade them at home Reds. That Reds team was really special. And yesterday when I was watching that Dodgers game, I saw blooper hits that were dropping, and I'm like, oh man, this team is so back. If you know. There was one of the hits that dropped between 3 players, and I was just like, yep, that's what they were doing last year. They were getting those timely hits with runners in scoring position. And I don't want to fade this Reds team at all. I want to back them right now. Lance Lynn allows a 263 batting average to left-handed batters. Some of these bats in the Reds lineup are really solid left-handed bats. You got Will Benson, you got De La Cruz, obviously. You got Hurtubise, batting leadoff. I mean, that's a name that probably a lot of us aren't familiar with. He's been really solid. I like what I'm seeing from him. I like what I see from this Reds lineup as a whole. And then we talk about bullpens. When Lance Lynn comes out, this Cardinals bullpen, pretty taxed. Kittredge, Helsley, and Romero all worked back-to-back days. Are they available today? I don't know. I'm not Ollie Marmol. I don't know what his bullpen situation is, but I do know they're pretty taxed. Could that bring in some lower tier relievers? It could. So I really do think the Reds is the way to go in this one. You'll probably see it a lot today. It's going to be a pretty public play. But I'm not jumping off the Reds bandwagon yet. I really do like the Reds. I like what I'm seeing from them. And playing once again at Great American Ballpark, I'll go ahead and back them today. Now let's go into our third and final pick of the video. We're going out to Minnesota. I'm taking the Royals and Twins. First 5 under 4.5 total runs, minus 120 odds on DraftKings is your best value. Now a slight bit of juice to take on this one. But I do really like the first 5 under in this one. If you've been following our channel, you know we've had success on first 5 unders. Some of these games just start out a little bit slow. Yesterday, Nerfy Nation was feasting, and although I don't have a Nerfy today, this one could be a solid look. You know what? It does scare me picking the Nerfy in this one because Minnesota just loves those solo homers. So maybe I'd stay off that. But I really do see this one going under the 4.5 total runs in this one. To see the Royals, let's just talk about the money line odds. Royals price is plus 142 underdogs. That's telling me how Joe Ryan is projected to pitch. Look, if they didn't think Joe Ryan was going to have a solid outing, they would not be this minus 175-ish type favorites. You're laying a massive price with Minnesota right now. And are they deserving of that against a Royals team that's been pretty hot recently? I don't think they're deserving of that, but it also is speaking to how they expect Joe Ryan to pitch. I expect Joe Ryan to have a really solid start. He's starting for the Twins, 3.15 ERA and a 0.98 WHIP for Joe Ryan. Pretty solid numbers. And the reason I'm comfortable backing him on a first 5 under is because in 99 plate appearances, this Royals roster is only hitting 154 against Joe Ryan. He's had their number. It's plain and simple. Look at these hitters versus Joe Ryan. I'm pulling their splits, each of them. With Bobby Witt Jr., obviously their best player, 3 for 19, only batting 158 against Joe Ryan. Vinny Pasquantino, another solid hitter for them, 1 for 9, 111 against Joe Ryan. And MJ Melendez, I just threw him in there. I know he bats towards the bottom of the order. He's 0 for 13, doesn't have a hit off Joe Ryan. And then you got Salvi Perez, 3 for 12, batting 250. So we look at a lot of these hitters in this lineup. I don't really know where the production's going to come today. I think Joe Ryan's going to have a really solid start. And then if you pull Joe Ryan's splits, kind of like where he's been pretty successful this year is in high leverage and low leverage. If you look at his numbers, he's only allowing a 222 batting average in high leverage moments, and low leverage moments he's allowing a 176 batting average. Now, what does high leverage, low leverage mean? It's just an index created. Like if you got a runner in scoring position, maybe tie game, do they strand that guy? Joe Ryan's been pretty solid at doing that this year. After putting up only 1 run yesterday, I sense a little regression coming for this Royals offense. I know that could be controversial. I know people are still going to take a blind shot on the Royals on the money line because you're getting a really good price on them. I still say I would be careful of that. I just think Joe Ryan comes out and pitches really solid. If he doesn't pitch solid, well, then I read this game wrong. But I really think he does. And then it comes down to the other starter, Alec Marsh, starting for the Royals. Now, Alec Marsh has been pretty solid this year. He's got a low ERA. I'm expecting a pretty solid start from him. Look at his splits versus right-handed and left-handed batters. Marsh allowing a 283 batting average to right-handed batters and a 176 batting average to lefties. I mean, a sub 200 batting average allowed to lefties, that's very important, especially against this Twins lineup. And Alec Marsh has faced a ton of lefties this year, too. He's almost faced double the amount of left-handed bats than right-handed bats. So the sample size is certainly there. Why is that important against Minnesota? Because they use a lefty platoon. Most of their decent hitters are lefties. Kepler, Larnach, Kirilloff. They even have some switch hitters in there. So it's crucial that Alec Marsh pitches well against those lefties. And then also what I like about Alec Marsh, something we've talked about over the past few days, how are these pitchers performing with the runner in scoring position? Alec Marsh allowing only a 150 batting average, 2 batters with runners in scoring position. And then in that very clutch 2 outs with a runner in scoring position, he's only allowing a .063 batting average. So he's been pretty lights out, and that's why his ERA is so low. I think Alec Marsh comes out and pitches a really solid game in this one and keeps it close through 5. Twins are only hitting .222 in their last 3 games. I mean, this Twins offense, like, take it or leave it, man. They're either red hot or they're just ice cold. I don't really see them heating up in this one. Again, if they heat up, then I read this game wrong. But I really do think that we see a lower scoring first 5. I like both these starting pitchers matchup. Whatever happens in the bullpen happens in the bullpen. That's why I'm taking the first 5 innings. I don't really want to project what nonsense happens in the bullpen, but I do think this is a lower scoring, closer game through 5 innings. So that will do it for the picks today. We'll do a slight little mini recap. We only had 3 today. I don't want to go crazy. I could go crazy, but I don't really want to. We want to continue to stack up these units and stack up these winning days. But we have the parlay of the day. Again, it will be posted later this morning. I haven't written it yet, but definitely go check out the pinned comment when that is posted. We have the Reds on the money line. No surprise there. Got to back them again. And we're taking the Royals and Twins first 5 under that I just talked about. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully we can continue making some money today. Hope you guys catch us again tomorrow, hopefully with the brims out again. Catch you then.